Howdy, Big Ankovich here, podcaster, author, and carnivore. It is Monday, November 13th, 2023, and you are watching my video for week 24 of my journey to Wonderland using beef, butter, bacon, and eggs carnivore and 1 meal a day fasting this week. Let's get straight into those daily videos and see what's going on here on Big Ankovich on health. Okay, it is Monday morning. What kind of ketones have I got? 0.6, that's what I expected. All right, at least I'm still in ketosis. And my blood sugar is 88. Put those together, my Dr. Boz ratio is 146. Okay, I'm out trying to do my walking every half hour. Been bad today. I keep forgetting to get out and do it. But I'm here now. I did have my 1 meal of the day already. That was a bowl of ground beef that I had. You see it here. And it was good. It was fine. And I will be, full until tomorrow. I should be pretty good. Okay, it is Tuesday. What do we got? .6. It's the same as yesterday, I think. And 90. Okay, those numbers put together makes 150 for a Dr. Boz ratio. Okay, so I was out doing my walking up and down the parking lot, and I thought I'd do my video for today. I had to come in here though. It was really windy out there and I thought it would just be terrible sound. So I jumped into my car real quick to record this video. I'm doing well. Had a meal today. I had myself a bowl of roast beef that me and my wife cooked up on Sunday. And that was pretty tasty. I don't know, I may have broken my deal of beef butter, or no, not beef butter, bacon, and eggs. That was last week. A lion diet. I may have screwed up my lion diet because I ate butter together with the roast beef. The roast beef was kind of dry. I think we overcooked it. And I wanted to make sure that it would be okay. So I had a bunch of butter along with each bite of the roast beef. That might ruin the lion diet thing. I might not get whatever advantages I might have gotten from it because of doing that. I don't know. Maybe I'll have to do lion diet for a little longer. But anyways, that's what I had. And I'm doing well, and I've been walking every 30 minutes. My alarm goes off, I get up, I walk for a couple minutes, and I come back and sit down. And I get in at least a half hour walking every day doing that as well. All right, it is Wednesday, and what have we got? 1.1. Gone up a fair amount since yesterday. And 90. Okay, you put those two numbers together, and that means my Dr. Boz ratio is 81. All right, out walking again, trying to get in my time. And this morning I had myself my 1 meal. It was a bowl of roast again. Another bowl of roast with some butter in it to make it more yummy. That was pretty good. I've been walking for a while, and I thought it would be interesting to see just how many steps, or how far I guess I go. I put on my Runkeeper app to see just how far that I go doing this in a day. So I'll throw that up probably in tomorrow's video. Okay, it is Thursday. Let's see what we've got Thursday. 1.0. That's going to make some easy math for the Dr. Boz ratio. And 68. That means my Dr. Boz ratio is a 68. All right, I'm having my 1 meal today. I'm having a roast. I think I'll finish it off today. I'll be having something else tomorrow, but this is my last day of roast. Having roast, and there you can see my roast with some butter in it. And I don't know if that ruins the deal with the lion diet, but I don't know, that's what I'm doing. That's what I get for overcooking the roast, making it a little dry. Yesterday, I said I was gonna show my numbers from my walk. I did almost 2.5 miles doing a walk every half hour. Just 2 minutes or so, maybe a little bit more because I did almost 50 minutes walking. But yeah, and on top of that, I screwed up a bunch of times and forgot to hit start on the run keeper until after I was already going. So I actually walked a little bit more than that. So it's a really handy thing. I'm pretty excited about it. I gotta keep doing it. It is a little inconvenient getting up every half hour all the time, always getting up and walking out and coming back. And I think there will be times when I just can't do it. You know, there'll be half hours where it's just too close, you know, too busy, and I'll have to skip it. But for the most part, I was able to get away with it. So that was cool. Okay, it is Friday, and what did I get? Huh, 0.9. Okay. It's not too bad. It's a little lower than I'd like. And an 87. Okay, put those two together and that makes my Dr. Boz ratio a 96. Okay, I don't know if you can tell, but it's raining like crazy out there today. So I'm doing my walking inside, walking up and down the stairs. And that's what I'm doing today. I got up this morning and I had my one meal. Actually ate it on the way to work, which is pretty early. It's what, between 6 and 7 a.m. that I'm doing that. So it was a breakfast that I had. And what I had today was, I call them steak bites, but they're not really very steaky. It's just stew meat that I throw into the air fryer and I cook it up. Probably not very good. I don't know, stew meat is pretty tough. So it takes a lot of chewing to get through some of that. I think it's supposed to be cooked, you know, a lot longer. You're supposed to cook it in in a stew, so it gets much moister and softer. My wife is just like, ugh, it's not gonna be very good, is it? You're not gonna at least cook it in the pressure cooker? But I've done it for a long time. I don't know, it's supposed to be good for you to chew tougher stuff. Give you a nice strong jaw, which will give you a good looking face. So maybe I'll get that. Okay, Saturday morning, let's see what we got. Ooh, 1.4, that's a good number, I like it. And 78. You put those two numbers together and I get a Dr. Boz ratio of 55. Having my one meal of the day now, I've just cooked up this thing of ground beef. I got a pound of ground beef from a local farmer. They have what they call, I think, Law Ranch Cattle Company, they call themselves. They're from nearby in Crosby, and they sold me a pound of ground beef. It came in like a square, just for fun. I know I'm just a dork. I'm probably somebody who would love those stupid chicken nuggets that are shaped like dinosaurs, but I just thought, what if I can just keep it as this giant square? And so I cooked the thing in its giant squareness. So it's mostly still square, but it's pretty good. I've had a few bites of it already and it is tasty. I have also a round steak from that. I'm thinking about cooking that and eating that after this. I don't know, we'll have to see. A pound of ground beef is not a whole lot for me to eat for a whole day. So we'll see if I go beyond that. I'll probably eat this big square burger and be still hungry when I'm done. So we'll see what I do. Okay, it is Sunday morning. Let's see what we got. 0.9. Okay, not too bad. And 86. Put those two numbers together and that gives me a Dr. Boz ratio of 95. All right, for my meal today, I had a leg of lamb, which, as often is the case, I kind of burned. I had been cooking it on the grill. My wife was like, you should cook it like I did with the tri-tip last week. She told me, you know, you gotta sear it first, and then after it's seared, you put it over to the other side of the grill and you turn off the side that it's on, and then it cooks with just the heat and it gets nice on the inside. So I started doing that. I started searing it, and then I got distracted. I was doing something else and I forgot. And then I was like, oh crap. And I ran out there and it was burned like crazy. So I had to cut all the burned off of it, and it was cooked by that time as well. It was done. So it didn't need any slow cooking. So it was fast. It was flash cooked. So it wasn't as tender as it could have been. I don't know. It was fine though. I mean, it wasn't terrible. Cooked down a little more than I expected to. Cooked relatively small. I was able to eat pretty much all what was on this plate. There was a little bit that I didn't. Bad thing was though, and I did this last week too, which brought my weight up right at the very end. We had this ham. Last week, we got a big thing of ham, and we have a meat slicer at our house. And so instead of just buying meat from the deli and cutting it that way, or having it, you know, cut by them, we bought a big ham and we used the meat slicer and cut it ourselves. To, you know, you can get more meat that way. You can save money if you do the slicing yourself. So we do that, except for some reason, every time we do that, I cannot keep myself from eating a bunch of the ham. So yesterday and today, I ate a bunch of ham slices. The ham was really tasty, but I'm sure it's gonna bring up, you know, like I said earlier when I was doing my numbers, I'm not surprised that my ketones are down lower than they probably should be, because I'm, you know, the reason I wasn't surprised is because I ate a bunch of ham. Ham has got additives in it, you know, it's got plenty of sugar, I'm sure. And so, but it was so tasty, I couldn't resist it for some reason. So yeah, I ate a fair amount of that, but we shall see. We'll finish it off, and I wonder just how badly my weight came back up. The good thing is it's an average, so it it can't be too bad, but I can kind of torpedo my progress a little bit with that. Anyways, we'll send it over to the main Big Anklovich to tell you how the week went. All right, so there you go. Another week down the drain, or maybe that's not the best expression. The week is gone, but it wasn't a week down the drain. It was a good week. I tried a little something different. It wasn't just beef, butter, bacon, and eggs this time around. It was lion diet. Although, I don't know that I did it well enough. It did work out for me pretty well. I did do pretty well throughout the week, but when I was eating the roast in the middle of the week and I kept eating butter with it, I was having some issues, and that wasn't good. I think on top of that, butter is not part of the lion diet. I think that I was technically cheating on the lion diet, and I should not have been eating the butter. So how did things turn out? Well, last week on the scale, my average on the scale was 239.7. That was my average of the week's weigh-ins. Now this week, the average of my week's weigh-ins comes out to 237.0. So that's pretty exciting. That means that I have come down 2.7 pounds on average for this week. And that means that my average weight has come all the way down 52.8 pounds from the beginning. which is pretty good. It's pretty exciting. So I still did fine. I think the lion diet actually did pretty well for me. I was able to, lose a lot of weight, be healthy, make progress by doing that. So I'd like to try to take it a little further. I mean, first of all, I'm going to stick with an actual lion diet. I'm not going to do the butter thing. There'll be no butter this week. But I'm also going to try and take it to another level. I've always had issues with my digestion. And I've heard that it can be because of rendered fats. And I was also wondering if it was because of dairy products. Butter still being a dairy product. I thought maybe if I cut that out. I tried that last week, just in the last little bit after the 3 days of putting the butter in with my roast. Then the next day I had the stew meat and I had no problems at all with my digestion. Then the day after that I had ground beef, but I still had some problems with my digestion. And when I ate the ground beef, that kind of produced some rendered fat. So I wondered if I was to just get rid of all of that as well, what would happen to me? So when we went out shopping this weekend, I grabbed steaks this time around, all steaks. I didn't do ground beef. I spent a little bit more than I normally would. So I don't know if this is going to be a feasible thing to do. We shall see. Maybe I can find cheaper steaks if I have to. But it's all steaks for this week. Different kinds of steaks. But I figured steaks, this week I'll try it. Maybe next week I'll add in roast. So I'll have steaks and roast, but still no ground beef. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how this week coming up goes. But yeah, that's what I'm going to try and do, is I'm going to try and eat all steak and see if the fat that I get can be all fat that's in the meat, that's part of the meat, instead of that has rendered out of the meat and then has been reconsumed by me now in a liquid form, which I think is causing me problems with my digestion. So we're going to try just steak and see how that goes. See if I feel a little better, if I'm able to get by. So that is my plan for this upcoming week. And I'm excited to see how it turns out. I'll try not to blow it again by eating butter like I did last time, but we'll see. Anyways, yeah, so what's my NSV of the week? My non-scale victory of the week. NSVW, that's what I was trying to remember the abbreviation of. NSVW, non-scale victory of the week. I think I had a lot of them this week. For one thing, I noticed just looking in the mirror, which is something that is weird when that happens, because it's not a thing that we tend to do. You know, we look in the mirror, we see our old fat self without seeing our new self. But I noticed looking in the mirror that I didn't look as fat as I used to. Also this week, I had to cinch my belt one more notch up, because the notch that it was on was not cutting it. It was getting to be a little loose. And it just kind of happened by accident. You know, you unbuckle your belt, you go to the bathroom, then you get back up to buckle it back up, and then just by accident, you pull it a little tighter, because that is the way it's supposed to be. It's the way it fits. And that's what I did. And that was pretty cool. And then for the heck of it this weekend, I thought, you know what? I'm going to go through my closet and see what shirts I can fit now. I did this once already, like a month and a half ago or so. And when I did that, I found that I fit a lot more shirts than I used to. Well, this weekend I fit a ton more of them, pretty much all of them. There's only like 3 or 4 or 5, 6 shirts, something like that, left over that are so small that I can't fit anymore. or that I can't fit yet, I should say. Those few are still, they still exist. There's still some. They're just a size large. And you know how sometimes you get a shirt and it's a size, we'll say extra large, but it's smaller than the other shirt that is also a size extra large that you got. So I think a lot of it just has to do with, you know, different brands and different sizing and stuff like that. But before this is all over, I'll be wearing size large shirts. That I think will be the farthest I can go down. I was wearing a 3X when I started this. Several of the shirts that I would wear were 3X shirts. Some of them were 2X, but they were, you know, bigger sized, so I didn't need a 3X in that particular brand. Now I'm down to XL at the biggest and starting to wear large in many of the shirts that I've gotten. Oh, that is so exciting. It's so cool to get to something like that. I love that. And heck, the scale went down almost 3 pounds as well, which is what it's tended to do pretty much this whole time. I've lost about 3 pounds a week, somewhere close to that. I think last week it was only 1 point something. This time 2.7, almost 3 pounds. And we'll see next week if I can be really good and avoid butter and that kind of stuff and actually stick with just my plan of just steak. We'll see what that happens. Maybe that'll be another huge step forward. We'll see. I'm pretty excited about it. Oh, by the way, sorry about this, you know, nature-y, tree, other room background. My study is a big mess because I'm doing something in there. Hopefully by next week I'll have it all finished and I can present it to you in my next video. But for now you get this different view of my house. I'll sit in here. Anyways, thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this show. I will see you next time on Big Anklovich on health.